What is up, guys? It's Lungile here. I'm back with part 3 of the film market film lessons, and today I'm going to be talking about how you can go about financing your film with the IDC. This is obviously very specific to South Africa, but a lot of these points I think they could work for any investor that you are applying to if you're trying to raise finance for your film. So I think these were really cool lessons that I learned, and I'm really happy to share them with you guys if you guys are producers and you want to learn about what film financing entails. And this is very specific to South Africa and the IDC, but I think there's a lot of points that can help even if you are from other countries, so that you know when you are approaching an investor to invest in your film, you kind of know what you're talking about and you have all your dots and T's crossed and stuff like that. Okay, cool. So now we're going to talk about specifically financing films. So the first thing that they spoke about is that the IDC funds films by giving filmmakers 49% of the budget for the film. So if your movie budget is 1 million, obviously they're gonna give you like 480,000 rand for the film. They never give you finance for the full film, right? Second of all, the film has to be commercially viable. I mean, there's a lot of hoops you need to jump through, but I mean, it makes sense. They're giving you money to produce your film, and it's not just giving you money, it's a loan. You have to pay it back. So for instance, the first thing that they require when you apply for financing for a film from them, they can only give you 49% of your film budget. They rarely finance films where the rights are held overseas. They fund commercially viable films. They have the Young Black Filmmakers Fund, which funds the young black and predominantly female filmmakers. I'm putting a really big emphasis on that because that's what they did at the presentation. They just funded the new series, The Professionals. They do not do donations. They have to recoup the funds they give out. They do look at documentaries, and a big NB here, IDC funding is a loan. So you need to have a solid plan when you're going to them. So for instance, you need to have a script coverage from a reputable source. They need a detailed sales estimate per territory for your international sales for the film. They want a breakdown of local sales estimates, theatrical, DVD, VOD, including commissions by broadcasters. They want to know about the pre-sales for the project. If you're working with a distributor, advisably that you should. They want you to have at least get a minimum guarantee from your distributor. They need a business plan. They also need a recoupment plan. And I mean, it makes sense if like they're giving you money to produce a film, you know, like any investor, you need to tell them, you know, this is the plan, this is the sales projections, this is how we plan to recoup our money back, this is when I'm gonna start paying you, and this is the timeline for the film project. Okay, so yeah, like I said, they finance movies from a minimum of 1 million to 1 billion, equivalent to 49% of the SA, the money spent in the SA production. When they look at your project, they look at the development outcomes, the market for the product, technical viability, financial viability, management, and legal. They do a high-level assessment of your film project, and they need 3 months before they approve your deal. And they don't want you to come to them a week before the production. They also look for project timelines. So, you know, when you go to them, have your project timelines locked down, like, you know, 2 months pre-prod, 3 months production, or whatever it is, 2 months post. Just have all those things locked down so they can know what are the milestones for the film and when is it gonna get distributed. So yeah, they look for a finance plan, a revenue plan, a company structure, and timeline. So company structure meaning they want to know who are the people that are part of your company, what, you know, like in terms of men, women, race, and all those stuff, like the different levels, your team, the experience. Obviously it helps to have like experienced people on your team, like experienced DP, producers, production managers. It also makes you look good if you are a independent producer and you're still up and coming. So I mean, I think these are the things that can help investors trust you even more. So like, I'm an independent producer, and I realize that I can't just go there by myself and say, hi, I'm a one-man company, I'm gonna make this movie, you know. I need to have a team around me of experienced people, which will make them trust me more and also trust the project more, and obviously therefore be able to finance the film. Okay, so they're trying to categorize different deals, different film type deals. They're trying to build relationships with international distributors. They want pre-sales to be part of the project, and they want to support local films with a local and international appeal. They've also had problems with producers that get finance from the IDC and then they just splurge and party instead of putting the money into the production. So it make things harder for us to, like, you know, you need to have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. They encourage producers to own the IP, and so they prefer it if you as a producer own the IP. But yeah, when you go to them, you really have to have everything locked down. So you remember, you only get 49% of your funding, and you need to have your story, your finance plan, who's going to buy this project, your sale projections, what are the pre-sales. Distributors need to give you a minimum guarantee if they really believe in the project. Everyone has to have a skin in the game, as they say. And you need to know what the recruitment plan is, the team and the company structure, the timeline. And usually it takes 8 to 13 weeks to improve a deal. So I think from my understanding, so if you're gonna go to the IDC, let's say your budget is like 2 million or whatever. Let's say it's 100 million, right? So you're gonna go to them and say, hey, I've got a project, here's my team, here's my distributor. You've spoken to a distributor, you've spoken to a sales agent and say, hey, I've got this movie. It's, you know, this is the project. What do you think the sales estimates for different territories for this movie? So you speak to a sales agent, you speak to a distributor. Distributor likes your project and they say, okay, cool, I can give you a minimum guarantee of X amount. And then if like your budget is 100 million, remember that. So you go to IDC, you say, I want to apply for finance for this, and then they'll give you 49% of the 100 million. So maybe that's 49 million, right? And then the money from the minimum guarantee will add to your budget. Even your producer fees will be deferred so that it's part of this production budget, so that they want to know that they're not the only ones investing in your film. You also have to have a third-party investor. So another thing that you can do is you can set up a co-production. Maybe you work with like a co-production, do a co-production with a production company from Canada or wherever, or whichever country South Africa has co-production treaties with, whether it's Brazil or the UK. And then, you know, they bring up like, you know, 51% of the production budget, and IDC brings 49% of the production budget. And then also you still have your distributor's minimum guarantee and your producer's fee within that 100 million budget. And then obviously you still need to have your sales recruitment plan, your territories, how much you're going to sell the movie for, and what are the timelines to getting that money back. And then they will assess all of that, which would be your finance plan. And then also your marketing plan, your team, your story, your credibility. Is your story relevant? Can it travel globally? So there's all these things that they're gonna look at to decide whether they're gonna finance your film. And I think all these things can be applied to approaching any investor, because nobody wants to give you money and not get it back. So they want to know, hey, this is the film, this is the budget, this is the team, this is the story, this is a sales estimate. You will get your money in X amount of months and you're gonna get this much. These are the sales projections, so that people know that they're gonna get their money back. Because if you're gonna go approach an investor for a film and you don't know how you're gonna make that money back, how you're gonna pay them back, I mean, why should they invest in you? You know, it means you haven't done your homework, you haven't prepared. So I think maybe this is something that I'm learning in terms of film finance. That shit, yo, as much as I'm passionate about making films, I'm realizing, yo, film is a business and you have to be able to make your money back. You need to project how much money you can make back. And obviously, yes, that is sometimes the estimate. Sometimes we've seen a lot of films bomb at the box office. But I mean, you have to have a plan. And obviously, if you know you can make like, I don't know, 2 million or 5 million, then maybe keep your budget at half that price so that you can make double what your production budget, so you can pay everybody back. So, I mean, that's like the basics of film financing. And I hope you guys like this video, and I hope it helps you guys if you're one day looking for financing or trying to put together a finance plan for a film, so that you know whenever you walk into a meeting with an investor, when you walk into a room, you're confident and you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about. So this is also learning for me, but I like sharing this information so that you guys can also learn. But again, this is just like information that I got from the IDC presentation. Maybe some things that they mentioned will change over the next few days, a few months. So maybe just triple check all the facts and all the things that I've mentioned. Just like a good producer, triple check everything that you've learned from this video, just to make sure that you know everything that needs to get done. But I hope this video was helpful and you kind of have an idea how film financing works and how you can finance your film with the IDC. And I hope you guys like this video. If you like it, please drop a comment below, hit the subscribe button, or even hit that bell button so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. Until next time, peace out.